Are you California dreaming? Maybe you're thinking about moving to California for work, a fresh start, or a change of scenery. However, is California really for you? Hi, my name is Cheyenne Blue. I'm a real estate agent from Lake County, California, born and raised. I'm making this video to help educate other people so they know what they're getting into when they're making the decision to move to California. Where I'm at, it's no Hollywood. We don't have Rodeo Drive, we have rodeos. We don't have tons of celebrities, we have trees and agriculture. California is a very diverse place, and depending on where you decide to live in California will vastly change your experience. I've personally lived in Lake County all of my life, but my family's business took me to all corners of California, parts of Oregon, Nevada, Arizona, and a little bit of Washington. Sometimes we'd be at these places for a few days, other times we'd be there for a few weeks. And then a lot of these places we'd end up going to on a yearly basis, and a couple of them we'd go to quite a few times throughout the year. I also spent summers in my older brother's house when he lived in Sacramento. I'm really blessed to have gotten to experience so much of what our state has to offer while still getting that small town experience growing up. All of this travel also helped me to find myself and discover that I'm definitely a small town gal. Don't get me wrong, I really like the city. It's great to visit, but I like coming home to the quietness of my rural community. But it's not for everybody. Personality wise, I'm a total homebody outside of work. I like being in my space, doing my own thing. The whole club scene and a lot of busyness, that's just not for me. And then when I'm not at home, I like being outside and doing a lot of outside recreation. So here, it's perfect for me. But for other people, it might not be a great decision for them. For some people, they will not like this area. It is not for them. But for people like me, it's amazing. Just like if you were to throw me into San Francisco or Sacramento to live, I would go absolutely crazy. I know it. So with that being said, here's a list of things that you should know about California. That way you know what you're getting into. First off, California is huge and it's spread out a lot. No, California is not just one big beach or a giant redwood forest, sprawling desert, mountains, the Hollywood scene, but it does contain all of those things. Even though we're the Golden State, there are so many different geographies and different patches. Each one of those has its own unique culture and unique attributes that make it its own area. For starters, there's Northern California and Southern California. However, even within those areas, there are different regions that are completely different from each other. You have the Bay Area, the Central Coast, Central Valley, North Coast, and the Inland Empire. So if you want to move to California, the first thing you gotta think about is which California do you want to move to? Do you want the busyness of Los Angeles, or do you want to live the quieter life over in Sonoma County? Maybe you're a military family looking to relocate to San Diego. I just want to go over a small list of some of the areas that you have to choose from when it comes to moving to California. If you're looking for a city with white sand beaches and other top-notch locations, San Diego may be your go-to. If you're looking for urban where celeb spotting is a daily occurrence, Los Angeles may be the right place for you. If you're looking for a city with many museums, a great theater, opera, ballet, and a great music scene, moving to Sacramento could be ideal for you. For people looking to live in a popular and cultural city with great public transit, a good variety of architecture, and world-renowned attractions, the Bay Area, probably your best choice. If you're looking for a historic city with a good subway and bus system, nightlife, and scope for golfing, moving to Hayward may be the right fit for you. If you're looking for a big and affordable city with good business and educational opportunities, then moving to Fresno may be the right place for you. If you're looking for a small and affordable city that is close to Los Angeles, Chino could be a great option for you. If you're looking for another quiet and affordable city, but you're wanting more access to, say, San Francisco, Napa, or Sacramento, moving to Concord may be the best idea for you. If you're looking for a city with a stunning coastline, as well as mountains and a great nightlife, Ventura may be the area for you. If you're looking for a city with lots of Fortune 500 companies and with close proximity to Silicon Valley, then Santa Clara may be the best area for you. And of course, last but not least, if you're looking for an agriculture-based community with lots of farms, open space, where you can also get a lot more bang for your buck real estate wise, Lake County may be the best place for you. One thing's for sure, California has a little bit of everything, but you really got to do the research and figure out what area of California is right for you. And not every area is going to be a great fit for everyone. So do your research. Number 2, you're probably going to need a car. Most likely going to need a car. California is big, which also means that you need a set of wheels to get around. And just in case you've never heard of California traffic, it is bad. There's a reason why I don't like the cities. I do not like traffic. In fact, California has more cars registered than any other part of the country. Twice more, actually, than the next state in line, Texas. But there is a great reason for why there are so many cars over here. If you're moving from, say, the East Coast where the cities are densely populated and close together, then get ready for a new reality. The cities in California sprawl out for many miles, and if you want to travel between the cities in California, then you're definitely going to want a car. Getting from LA to San Francisco, it's a 380-mile drive. Yeah, no, it's not a short drive. It takes a long time to get from LA to San Francisco. I may have done it. To put that into perspective, that's about the same amount of distance as New York City to Richmond, Virginia. So unless you're very dedicated to biking or using public transit, you're going to want to budget a very reliable vehicle into your moving costs. Number 3, there's tons of opportunity. Apart from the weather, the most important consideration when moving to California is the job scene. California definitely won't disappoint you in this regard. With a thriving economy powered by agriculture, tech, and tourism, employment rates in major cities like San Francisco are quite low. And actually, California has the largest economy in the entire country. See, California is home to some of the biggest tech giants like Apple, Google, Facebook, and a few major employers include Disney, Chevron, and Wells Fargo. The average overall income in California is larger than that of the other states, but unfortunately, it's offset by the high cost of living. Second only to New York. I know. However, you do got to keep in mind that means you're also going to be competing alongside thousands of other hopeful people looking to move to California to work in Silicon Valley. But there are so many more areas where your dreams can come true. Here in Lake County, there are huge opportunities, whether people see them or not. But overall in California, there's plenty of opportunity for anybody's dream, as long as you go for it. Number 4, as I already kind of stated, the cost of living can be high. I am not joking about this. Yeah, unfortunately, the flip side of California's stellar economy is that everything costs more. The average cost of a home in California at the moment, it's nearly $1 million. $834,400 to be exact. It has gone up like crazy. But even most of the other things, from transportation to your utilities, will cost you a pretty penny over here. A lot of this, though, depends on where you are in California. Like, Fresno is significantly cheaper than, say, Berkeley. You can use cost of living calculators to help you find a California city that works for your budget. Number 5, California is very diverse, and this is one of the things that I really love about California. Nearly 40% of the state's population is of Latino origin. You can see Latino heritage in a lot, from the language to the food to the architecture, but it's not just the Latin American influence that makes the state great. There's also so much Native American history here, especially in this county. They do as much as they can to preserve the Native American history and Native American lore. Also home to a huge Asian American population. There's pretty much a Chinatown in nearly every major city where you can enjoy some awesome food and shopping. And then there are other cities that are huge in African American history and culture. All of this makes California a perfect place for those who want to be closer to their own culture, or for those that are wanting to learn more about other cultures. This is something that I really embraced growing up, was getting to experience so many different cultures, so many different viewpoints on things, getting to meet so many different people from all walks of life. I've seriously got to meet some of the most amazing people here where I'm from. Number 6, the weather is mostly great. If you're into rain, snow, sleet, and ice, then you may not want to move to California. Most of California tends to be sunny and dry. In LA, it's basically 71 degrees and partly cloudy 300 days out of the year. But as I've said before, California is made up of a bunch of microregions. So if you're moving to Baker, California, then you could end up seeing 120-degree days. If you're moving to Truckee, you'll end up with 10 feet of snow in November. And then there's the Bay Area with the weirdest weather patterns ever. It will be hot and sunny one day, and then it's cold and rainy the next. Number 7, the outdoors they're awesome. Yeah, the cities of California, they're fun and full of opportunity and amazing people. But the great outdoors is where you'll really fall in love. Moving to California, it's ideal for anyone who likes to hike in the mountains, fish in the lake, look at flowers, and surf the waves. I mean, here we have one of the largest natural lakes, and I just love the simple drive of going to drop off my kids at school and seeing that lake every morning, and the views of the volcano, that magnificent volcano. Where I grew up in particular, I could see all of Lake County every day. It's the most beautiful place that I've ever seen personally. California has 9 national parks. That's more than any other state. Number 8, we got the beaches. Moving to California will get you close to 655 miles of beautiful coast for sunbathing, surfing, snorkeling, and enjoying a killer sunset. But be careful, if you're moving from Florida or Texas, the water here will probably be a huge shock to you. It is much, much colder than where you're from. And it's very common here for surfers to wear wetsuits just to stay warm. Number 9, California has wonderful educational institutions. A lot of people move to California to get better educations from places like Stanford and UC Berkeley. But even if you're not moving here to go to college, you can still benefit from our state's educational system. The biggest player in California's education system is the University of California. With 10 campuses and nearly 300,000 students, the UC system is about as big as it gets. It also has a reputation for outstanding education, and in fact, 107 Nobel Prize winners have come out of UC Berkeley alone. These universities have opportunities for all kinds of people. There's continuing education programs for working adults. There's summer programs for high schoolers, and open lectures and forums for all of California residents. Number 10, there's great food and great wine. California is a paradise for foodies, such as myself. Health gurus, vegetarians, fast food enthusiasts, midnight snackers, and everybody else who loves good food. Want a quick meal? Go to the taco stand. Looking to celebrate a special occasion? There's bound to be a local farm to table or even certain wineries that you can go to. Want a good old burger and fries? We got In-N-Out. Not here in Lake County, though. That would be Ukiah. But of course, food is not the only wonderful thing that you'll taste in California. There's wine, too. In fact, there are over 1,200 wineries in the state, and they produce most of the country's wine. Lake and Sonoma County being 2 of the biggest contributors to that number. Number 11, moving to California, it comes with some risks. If you've kept up with the news in the last few years, you've probably heard a story or two about California's wildfires. Probably also heard about the drought and the earthquakes and the landslides. Yeah, California has a few issues. I even had family and friends that were affected by the wildfires. I was part of the wildfires. But keep in mind, even if one of these events do happen close to your home, there are protective measures that you can take to make sure that you, your family, and your home is protected from these natural disasters. And at the end of the day, moving to California is like moving to anywhere else. Some places have tornadoes, some places have hurricanes. Some other places also have the fire problem. You gotta pick which one that you feel comfortable with, and then once you've decided to choose which area you want to go to, make sure that you are prepared for whatever natural disaster comes with that area. Number 12, it is easy to go green in California. I actually grew up off the grid on 80 acres over in Winter Springs. We had solar panels, a bank of batteries, our own water system, completely off grid. It was definitely an interesting way to grow up. So I had, the whole rural element, super rural and green, and then also got to travel all over the place too. But if you drive to Southern California along I-5, you'll notice gigantic fields of solar panels near the border with Nevada. Those are just a few of the solar farms, along with thousands of wind turbines. All of these fuel California's renewable energy market. Living in California, you'll likely get your electricity from one of these renewable sources. And something to keep in mind, the state provides grants, tax incentives, and other forms of help to their residents who want to install solar panels on their home. But being green doesn't just mean sourcing your energy from renewable sources. Californians tend to conserve their water, eat locally, and even have their own backyard gardens. Number 13. We know taxes are inevitable, but how much you pay in taxes depends on where you live. If you're moving to California, you're probably going to see an increase. California's state tax is among the highest in the nation at 7.25%. The income tax is also really high, and so is the tax on gasoline. But surprisingly, the property taxes are actually somewhat low, which is good news for those that are looking to buy a house in California. And yeah, Californians pay a very decent amount in taxes, but obviously not in much of a rush to reduce them. In 2018, the voters actually declined a ballot in order to reduce the gas tax. We definitely pay a decent amount in taxes. Number 14. You're not the only one that's moving here. Ever since the gold rush in the mid 1800s, people have been flocking to California in search of a better life. Some want Hollywood fame, others want to work for that big tech company. Many want to live in a beautiful place with laid-back residents. There are tons of people that tend to move in and out of California. So even though you're going to be moving here, there's going to be tons of other people that are moving here as well. But that also means more diversity, more stories, more unique people to learn from. So yeah, that's my list on things to know before you move out to California. I hope this allowed you to get a better grasp on what California is like, the area that you may want to move to, and if you really want to move out to California at all. Personally, I love California. It's not just because I'm from here or I'm a real estate agent. I love the diversity. I love how you can go anywhere and it's completely different regardless of where you go to. But California is not for everybody, and that's okay. My area is not for everybody, and that's okay. It's what I love. And you'll find what you'll love regardless of wherever you choose. And that is what's most important for you. Remember that. And never choose a place because anyone's trying to sell you on a place. Make sure that that area is right for you. Until next time, guys, have a good one.